Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Ping here, the Heartpreneur Mom. How's your day so far? Today is the first day of our 5-day challenge for plan, focus, and do. So, how has it been, ladies? Yeah, I say ladies because the men haven't turned up with their responses yet. So keep them coming in. What I wanted to speak about today was really to acknowledge some of you who have posted your assignments on our Facebook group, and also to highlight a couple of things regarding the assignment that I handed out to you. So today's assignment was really to get you to write down 5 of the top values, and I think more than one of you indicated that it wasn't easy to do, right? So when I was doing that exercise for myself, it was so tough to have to only come up with just 5. So that was the tricky part, but I think it was a very important exercise for you to really look at what's the most important to you, because you could encompass and embrace many, many values, but what are the core 5 that are in a way uncompromisable for you? So that was the purpose of the first question. And the next one was to see if these values are aligned with the vision that you have for next year. So many of you have a pretty clear idea of what you want for yourself next year, and you are able to describe it. And I love Nadi's description about her year. Nadi's expecting a baby, so next year for her is really embarking a new journey of motherhood. But she had expressed her vision of this transition to be so beautiful. It totally gave me goosebumps. So that and you all of you seem to have a pretty clear idea of what you want in 2018 for yourself. And when you finally looked at whether your values are in align and in sync, and whether they support your vision, almost all of you said yes to that. So what I wanted to do on this live stream is really to highlight to you one point, and that would be something for your consideration over the next few days, something for you to reflect and ponder over. Do you realize that when going through this assignment, it was tougher for you to come up with that 5 top values, right? But it wasn't too difficult, seeing that your values are all very aligned to the vision that you wanted. That's also partly because I asked you for your vision and not having it be specific to either your work or your personal life, right? So, but if I were to bring this to your work, right? So let's just focus our attention on your work. So you could be in a job, or you could be running your own business, or you might be doing both, right? But if I were to ask you to take a look at your vision for your work and your business, and your vision for business success, for work success, and then go back to take a look at the 5 values that you picked out, then you would probably see that the 5 values that you have, they are very, very clear for you to support you being the person you want to be, right? But yet, it may not be the best values that would support you to business success. For example, one of my top values would be love, right? So love, it shows up very clearly in many aspects of my life. And in fact, it does also show up in my work and business as well, because of the care and concern I have for my clients and all. That's a component of love. But would love be able to bring me my business success? If I had a business goal that I had, perhaps an income goal, maybe I want to double my income next year from my business. Would the value of love be able to take me there? It could, right? Of course, underlying all the interaction that my clients have with me, knowing that I have a lot of care and concern for them, that's out of love for someone, may help, right? It may help in the like trust factor that you all have for me. But if I wanted to look at income, if I wanted to look at the number of of clients or the number of programs I sell, then maybe love wouldn't be the most effective in getting my business results. Perhaps if I had to look at that strictly, then maybe I would have to look at attributes like persistence, right? Jennifer, that was one of your words, and I love that. That's something that for as an entrepreneur, I'm not sure if you're running a business, so you could please comment if when you watch this video, let me know more about what you do. But in any case, I find that persistence is a very valued virtue these days. And I think that totally attributes to a never give up spirit, right? So I love that. So maybe if I wanted to double my income next year from my business, persistence would work, right? That I don't give up and I'm very I just stay focused on what I want to do. Perhaps focus could be one of the things. And it could be resourcefulness, or it could be creativity, or it could be community, maybe networking, right? So if I were to bring out these values, they would seem quite directly able to serve my business goals, but they may not be my top 5 values. So I think what's interesting for this exercise is that I'm really glad to see many of you being so happy and grounded that your values are so in line with the vision that you have set for yourself. But I also realize that many of the visions that you have set may be quite pertaining to your personal and family life. So let's just take a step back and have the additional step to look at your business success, your business and your work, which could tie in with your income. If you had double the income you have from this year in 2018, what would you do with that income? Or what could you be doing with that income? Could you go for more family vacations? Could you be contributing to a couple more orphans or certain charities of your cause and they are close to your heart? There are many more things you could do with that additional income. So having more money definitely is not a bad word. And your business or your work success really may need to tap on a couple of different resources from you. And because I forced you to look at your top 5 values, you may think that those are the only ones that you embrace, but it's definitely not. I'm sure for many of you, you'll be able to pick another 5 that are totally very close to your heart and just so you, right? So what I'll invite you to do is to look at the business and work aspect and to come up with another top value. So don't look at your initial answers and just look at what are the values that will help your business and your work success next year. Just do that, right? And then take a look at some of them, because I think Vimila had gone through that exercise and she felt that some of the values that she thought were important for her work and business success were not some things she was very, very confident in fulfilling. So let me just take a look at her reply. Let me see. So her top values as a person, right? Wise, honest, inspiring, supportive, and powerful. And she's very much that person. But when I asked her to look at whether these 5 values also support her business success and growth, then she thought maybe not, right? Because these values represent how she wants to live, right? And it should include how she would like to work. But there are some elements of work that would require different things from us. And sometimes if you find that there's a bit of struggle, or you are a little bit unhappy with your work or business this year, or you find that there's some things that you always hit resistance such that you procrastinate, or somehow you just find that it's not so smooth sailing when it comes to those areas, it very well could be that you are not tapping on your values that are closest to you. So take a look at the list of 5 values that would support your business and work success and see which ones out of these 5 are actually quite close to your heart. And that would be a very good reminder for you to focus a little bit more on these values next year, so that not only would you be able to find that personal fulfillment from living out your vision for 2018, but also having business and work success, so that we can have the best of both worlds, right? So that's basically what I wanted to highlight. But great work, all of you. I really loved all your shares about your values, and it really shows in how you are and how you live. So that's really nice. For some of you who might find that it's a little bit of a misalignment, then that's perhaps where you need to look into. You could definitely send me a message. You could post it on in the group. That would be preferred, so that all of us can get to learn from it, from your generous sharing. And keep on sharing. If you have any more insights after this, just feel free to post in the group. So the other thing I wanted to talk about as well is that tomorrow our share and win giveaway would be ending, right? So I had a Daniel Laporte weekly planner given out to be given out to the person who was most enthusiastic about sharing this 5-day challenge with her community. So we have I think I have a pretty clear idea of who the winner is, but let's wait till tomorrow to see, just in case anyone catches up. So I wanted to talk a little bit about a couple more giveaways that I'll be having throughout these 5 days. So, or rather at the end of these 5 days. So I have 2 more planners, another Desire Map planner by Daniel Laporte, but this time is a daily format, and I have the Path planner as well to give away. Plus, so this is something that is a big bonus that I just decided on. I'll be giving away 2 seats to my paid program that's going to start in January next year. So what does it take for you to be able to win these gifts? So first thing that I'm looking at would be participation, right? So how you're showing up, because that's something that's really important. I know that there are many things coming your way this December and you could be very distracted. But how you do anything is how you do everything. That's what my mentor T. Harv Eker had always mentioned. So if you had signed up for this 5-day challenge, yes, you might want to just postpone a couple of sessions because you are too busy, but show up, participate, and play full out. So that's where you can get the best and the most benefits. As for all those people who had posted their assignments in the group today, I had reverted with every single one of them with my feedback. So you get to get breakthroughs and learnings if you were to show up and play full out, right? So participation is one of the things that I'm looking for. But the other thing I'm really looking out for is also how supportive you are of other people. So this is a community, and it hasn't been a very active community in terms of how the members mingle with each other, and I really like to encourage that starting from today. So if you find that anyone else's visions or values just resonate with you or inspire you, just feel free to let that person know. It's really nice to know that sometimes something that you don't even realize is a big deal for yourself actually means something to someone else. And if you didn't let that person know, she would never find out, right? So the other last thing that I'm looking for as well would be breakthroughs. So this 5-day challenge, as I said, is not that challenging. It is actually quite simple and enlightening because I'm considering the amount of time that I want it to be taking up from your busy schedule this December, but it doesn't mean that it's not effective. So for some people, the next few days assignments might be big things for you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some big breakthroughs that some of you might have. So these are all the different components. There wouldn't be like a very strict and hard and fast rule way of me deciding at the end of the day who's gonna be the winners of all these, and I'm also not expecting having like very big disputes over it, because I think it'd be quite obvious. So to recap, I'm looking out for participation, I'm looking out for support for one another, and I'm looking out for breakthroughs, right? So based on these elements, I'll be really handpicking 4 winners at the end of the challenge to win either one of the 2 planners that I have, or 2 paid seats to my paid program that's going to start in January. So I will be talking a little bit more about the program the next couple of days. But for today, I really want to acknowledge all of you who have taken the step to do your assignments and post them in a group. I appreciate that. These are the little things that you may not think is a big deal, but it really reflects on how you show up in life as well. So I totally acknowledge you for that. And for the rest of you who've not had the chance to get down to it, please do. You need only maybe maximum of about 30 minutes to just sit down, have just a bit of a quiet space, and reflect on these things that I asked you. So I made an effort to make it as simple as possible, but yet as effective as possible. And the rest is up to you to participate and to go through the questions throughout these 5 days, right? So there's going to be a lot more content that's going to come up. I'm going to pop in now and then to give you a bit more nuggets here and there on top of the 5-day challenge. And also, it's not too late to be sharing the challenge with your friends. So they could hop on, and I'll be providing them with the replays and past days assignments whenever they hop on, right? So still feel free, if you are enjoying this process right now, feel free to share this with your friends and have more people come in here to go through the 5-day challenge, so that we can all support one another in ensuring that next year you really start it with a bang.